Hello, dear friends. When we are done with our thesis, or for that matter, any project, there's always that worry that keeps looming off in the distance. This has to do with the defense of the thesis or of the project in question. In this video, I will shed light on 5 tips to bear in mind in preparation for your defense. Follow the video until the end. Let's start the first point with positivity. Be positive. Understand that the jury members may know about your work as much as you do. So this should fill you with enough self-confidence. Therefore, in general, there is nothing to worry about. It's called a defense, not an exam. This, however, should not make you pretentious. Be careful. Try to keep a low profile during the defense. Low profile means accept questions and try to answer them in as modest and honest a manner as you can afford. Jury members may not like pretentious candidates. And now with tip number 2. Try to take time to prepare for your defense. The defense is not just a beautiful morning where you go and meet the members of the jury and then you will hear that you have obtained your doctorate with distinction and then you go, oh no, there is a lot you should do to prepare for this day. Prepare for the presentation. Prepare also for your interaction with jury members. This means that you have to know about every single section you have in the thesis. There are chances for questions to come from different sections, from acknowledgements to appendices. You should not assume that people may not ask me about this. In any case, you should not worry if you have done the work correctly. Of course, preparation for a thesis defense does not mean that you get busy thinking about the caterer you will hire and the type of juice and the type of tea or coffee you will offer. We're not talking about that. That's not preparation at all. You can ask someone to do it for you if you think that these festivities are necessary. They are not, of course. The worst that can happen to a candidate is to be asked questions that he cannot answer about his work. For example, statistical figures. There are people who say, well, I hired a statistician and he did the job for me. No, that's you may do this, but of course the responsibility of understanding and arguing in favor of the hypothesis or in its rejection, that's a responsibility that falls on your shoulder fair and square. Now we move to tip number 3. It has 3 components. Rehearse, rehearse, and then rehearse. Rehearsals can do wonders. You may rehearse in front of your colleagues, friends, whatever, but you can do the rehearsal on your own. And I believe that this one is the best. It's when you try to assume that there are people in front of you, there are jury members, and that you are exposing your work in front of them. One specific tip in this regard is to try to record your presentation. Try to see whether it respects the amount of time allocated to it. Try to see if there are things that you said that you should not have said. Try to control your body gestures, etc. Point 4. Do not exceed the time allocated to you because you become monotonous and you become redundant and you delve into details that you should not, delve into in presenting a piece of work. For example, all those details that relate to the review of literature, who opposed whom and who supported whom and so forth. In thesis defense, what you need to do is present your framework in a direct way, cut to the heart of the point, and then you move to methodology and to other things. You may mention different authors in a very brief way, but don't go into those monotonous details from my proper experience. Members of the jury may concentrate on what you say during the first 15 minutes, 20 minutes, but when you spend 40 minutes, 1 hour. The last point relates to your self-confidence and how you can manage your stage fright. Many doctoral students are already teachers, they are supervisors, but on the day of defense, they are psychologically not addressed. First, the situation may last for a few seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, and then it's over. Number 2, in order to mitigate the effects of this stage fright, you need to do 2 things. Raise your voice, maybe 1 level more than usual, especially if you don't have a mic, but if you have it, you still need to raise your voice. And try to keep eye contact with the jury members. Of course, you will not focus on just one jury member. You need to look at them all. You need to dominate the scene by eye contact. The list of tips, of course, is not exhaustive, but these are the most essential things that you need to bear in mind for a successful defense. I wish you all the best in this regard.